Once upon a time, in a magical meadow far beyond the mountains, there lived a unicorn named Sparkle. Sparkle was not like the other unicorns who lived in the enchanted valley. While most unicorns were graceful, elegant, and moved with the smoothness of a flowing river, Sparkle was clumsy. He tripped over tiny rocks, bumped into trees, and sometimes even tangled his horn in low branches. But what Sparkle lacked in grace, he made up for with a big, warm heart. Sparkle had shiny white fur that shimmered in the moonlight, and a golden horn that sparkled when the sun touched it. His mane was full of rainbow colors, but it always looked a little messy because he was always tumbling and rolling. Even though he was clumsy, Sparkle was cheerful and loved making others laugh. Whenever he fell, he would giggle and say, "Oops, at least the ground likes hugs." In the same meadow lived Sparkle's best friend, a small bluebird named Twinkle. Twinkle was tiny but very wise. She had feathers that shimmered like sapphires and a gentle, soothing voice. Twinkle was always flying around Sparkle, guiding him, helping him stay safe, and cheering him up whenever he felt down. One more friend shared the meadow, a playful rabbit named Pippin. Pippin had long, floppy ears and fluffy white fur. He was full of energy, always bouncing around, and often found Sparkle's clumsiness hilarious. Sometimes, when Sparkle tripped and fell into a bush, Pippin would roll on the grass laughing so hard his tummy hurt. But he always helped Sparkle up, brushing off leaves and twigs, saying, "Don't worry, Sparkle, you make life fun." Together, Sparkle, Twinkle, and Pippin had many adventures. They loved exploring the meadow, chasing butterflies, and watching the stars at night. But Sparkle often worried deep inside. He wished he could be graceful like the other unicorns in the valley. He thought, "Maybe I'm not good enough to be a unicorn. Maybe I'm too clumsy to do something great." One sunny morning, as Sparkle tried to jump across a tiny stream, he slipped and landed in the water with a big splash. His rainbow mane got soaked, and mud stuck to his shiny fur. Twinkle fluttered to his side, drying his face with her wings, while Pippin laughed so hard he nearly fell into the stream too. Sparkle shook the water off and sighed. "Why am I always so clumsy? I can't run without tripping. I can't jump without falling. I can't even walk through the meadow without bumping into something." Twinkle perched on his horn and said gently, "Sparkle, you may stumble and trip, but you always get back up. That is what makes you special." Pippin added with a giggle, "And besides, your clumsiness makes every adventure exciting. You turn ordinary days into funny stories." That night, as the stars twinkled above, Sparkle lay on the soft grass, thinking about his friend's words. "Maybe being clumsy isn't so bad," he thought, "but I still wish I could do something important, something magical that shows I belong." Little did Sparkle know, he was about to have the biggest adventure of his life. One evening, as the moon rose full and bright, the meadow filled with a strange glow. Twinkle noticed first. "Look," she chirped, "something is happening in the forest." A soft golden light shimmered from deep among the trees. Sparkle, Twinkle, and Pippin hurried toward it. Well, Sparkle tried to hurry, but he tripped over a root and rolled down a little hill. "Ouch! Oh, stars, I'm okay," he called, dusting himself off as his friends laughed kindly. When they reached the glowing light, they saw something incredible. A tiny fairy, no taller than Pippin's ears, was trapped inside a thorny bush. Her delicate wings sparkled like diamonds, but she couldn't fly free. "Help me, please," the fairy cried softly. Sparkle's heart raced. "We have to help her," he said. But the thorns were sharp, and Pippin couldn't get close. Twinkle fluttered around, but her tiny beak couldn't break the thorns. Then Sparkle had an idea. Maybe I can use my horn. He carefully leaned down, but being Sparkle, he accidentally stumbled and poked the wrong branch first. The bush shook, and leaves fell everywhere. Pippin gasped, "Careful, Sparkle." But Sparkle didn't give up. Even though his legs wobbled and he nearly toppled over, he pressed on. Slowly, carefully, he used his horn to push the thorns aside one by one. His clumsiness actually helped this time, because when he stumbled forward, his horn tore through the last thick thorn, opening a gap wide enough for the fairy to fly out. The fairy fluttered free, her wings sparkling brighter than the stars. "Oh, thank you, brave unicorn. You saved me." Sparkle blinked in surprise. "Me? Brave?" "Yes," said the fairy. "You may be clumsy, but your kind heart and determination saved me. Sometimes it's not about being perfect, it's about never giving up." Twinkle chirped proudly. "See, Sparkle, I told you your clumsiness could be a gift." Pippin bounced around cheering. 3 cheers for Sparkle, the clumsy hero. The fairy sprinkled sparkling dust over Sparkle. "For your courage, I give you a gift. From now on, whenever you trip or stumble, magic will follow. Your clumsiness will bring joy and wonder to the world." From that day on, every time Sparkle stumbled, something magical happened. If he tripped over a rock, flowers bloomed in his path. If he slipped in the stream, colorful fish jumped playfully around him. If he fell into a bush, glowing fireflies lit up the night. Soon, all the unicorns in the valley came to see Sparkle's magic. They no longer laughed at his clumsiness, but cheered for his unique gift. Sparkle finally realized he didn't need to be perfect to be special. He just needed to be himself. That night, Sparkle, Twinkle, and Pippin lay under the stars, smiling. "I may be clumsy," Sparkle said, "but I'm also magical." "And perfect just the way you are," Twinkle chirped. "And the funniest unicorn in the world," Pippin added with a giggle. And with happy hearts, they all drifted off to sleep, dreaming of tomorrow's adventures. So remember, dear little listener, you don't have to be perfect. Even your mistakes can shine with magic if you keep trying and never give up. And before you close your eyes tonight, don't forget to like, share, and hit the subscribe button to join us for more magical bedtime stories that will make you laugh, smile, and dream big. Good night, little dreamer. Sweet dreams.